ये पूरा वन वे कर दिया सर। Hello everyone. Good evening. Welcome for the SIA Last Minute Revision app. Thank you so much for joining this session. Please follow us on our social media handles for further information. I am Mr. Shrikant, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science in one of the most reputed institutions in Hyderabad, as well the professional trainer for multiple organizations, and I am associated with SIA from last 1 year. All the best for your MBA upcoming semester and examinations. So today the subject for our discussion is business intelligence, which is for MBA fourth semester students. The subject for today's discussion is business intelligence for your fourth semester examinations. We'll just have a simple glance at the paper pattern. So your paper will be divided into two sections. The first section, part A, you have 5 questions and you need to answer all the 5, which carries 2 marks each. So 5 into 2 gives you 10 marks. Then here in part A, you have 5 questions and you need to answer all the 5. Each question carries 2 marks, so 5 into 2 is 10 marks. After this, we have the part B. Part B comes with internal choice, dear. You have 5 questions and you need to answer all the 5. 5 into 8 is for 40 marks. You will be having a internal choice. Okay, this is your paper pattern. Without wasting much time, we will jump into our unit number 1. Without wasting much time, we will be jumping into our unit 1, right? And a simple confirmation is we will be discussing with the questions which our team felt very important, and these are the questions which are being asked for the last end semester examinations quite a few times. Done here. So only those questions will be discussed in this particular session. We are not going with the entire syllabus, we are not going with the entire question bank. Okay, we will be moving forward only with the most important questions what we have here. We will start with the very first question. Describe the key milestones in the history and evolution of business intelligence. Describe the key milestone in the history and evolution of business intelligence, which is asked for the last end semester examination done here in the question number QA. Or it can be asked in the another way like this: discuss the history and evolution of business intelligence. So you are supposed to answer what is intelligence, what is business intelligence, and how do you apply it to our normal business. These are the basic things which we are going to cover in this question. Okay, we will move forward. First, what do you mean by BI? What do you mean by business intelligence? It is a concept of collecting. Business intelligence is a process of collecting, analyzing, and presenting the business data. It is a process of collecting, analyzing, and presenting the business data so that your managers, so that your high-end organizers, high-end persons in the organization can make the better decisions. With the better decisions, you are going to enjoy the better profits. Done here. This is called as your business intelligence. Business intelligence is the process of collecting, analyzing and presenting the business data to help managers to make better decisions. Obviously, better decisions will give you better results will give you better profits. So we need to analyze the data. And again, this term analysis, this term analyzing, no, it is going to be toughest thing for us to understand. It is going to be the quite beautiful thing which we apply to our business. So what do you mean by analysis is reading between the lines. What do you mean by the analysis is trying to predict the patterns, trends which are previously unknown, trying to find out the interestingness in your data which is again previously unknown, previously which is not identified. We have to identify them and we have to present it to our decision makers so that they will be making the better decisions. That is your business intelligence and that is your business analysis. You will be trying to highlight, you will be trying to find out the hidden patterns, trends, behaviors, interestingness in the data, and you will be evaluating them so that you will be presenting this final outcome business data to your managers, decision makers who can make the better decision. Okay, this is the crisp description about introduction about your business intelligence. Now coming to the history of business intelligence, the history of business intelligence, first we started with management information systems in 1970s. Right, so first the business intelligence has been started as MIS and it has been evolved around 3+ decades till the early of 2000 2005. We were using MIS very effectively, very extensively. It was used. The origin of management information systems has been done in 1970s. Okay, what do you mean by this? It originated from the management information system. The systems generated static, which are not dynamic, which are not flexible, which are not interactive. Static and predefined reports with limited analytical capabilities. So we were able to analyze the data with some limited functions or the tools available, and it was a static one, which was not interactive one. Done here, that is your MIS, which came in 1970s. The second one is emergence of executive information systems. We shortly call it as EIS. Emergence of executive information system in 1980s. The development of EIS marked a major milestone in the BI. How? The systems provide computerized support. The systems provide the computerized support to top executives to introduce dynamic reporting. Right? That's why we can call it as a revolutionary change or a major milestone in the concept of business intelligence, because MIS was static, MIS was not that flexible, whereas this one became dynamic and interactive, where people were able to interact with the dashboard screens and able to get the analysis, able to get the reports, able to get the business data out of it. Done here. So we can call it as a remarkable or the revolutionary milestone in the history of business intelligence. After this, introduction of advanced analytical features came into the picture. Done here, the executive information systems introduced forecasting. Now, not only analyzing the data what we have previously, but we also started forecasting it. We also started predicting it. We went with the drill down, roll up, slice and dice reports, trend analysis, pattern identification and evaluation. All these things were introduced in the advanced analytical features. We can consider this is our latest thing, the current thing what we are using. Okay, so first one is MIS, second one is EIS. MIS is static. MIS gives you the reports on the predefined data. EIS is a remarkable milestone which gives you the dynamic reports. After this, we went with the advanced analytical features which gives us forecasting, predicting, trend analysis, drill down reports. Done here, the advanced analytical reports were able to be generated by this. Okay. This features improved managerial decision making. This features supported the managers in making the better decisions and driving the organization to the profits. Fourth one, introduction to the term called as business intelligence, which was done in 1990s, early 1990s. Dear, the term business intelligence was formally introduced by Gartner Group. This is the first time we started using the term business intelligence. Prior to that, we were using the terms like MIS, CIS, or analysis. We were limited to that, but in early 1990s, we started using the term called as business intelligence. It integrates the databases, the SQL, no, that gives you the better query support, so that you will be able to extract the information from the already existing tables right here. Databases, tools, methodologies, and applications into a unified analytical system. Into a unified analytical system, we started implementing, we started integrating various kinds of resources like databases, tools for using these databases, and methodologies were implemented on your data like reduction, transformation, cleaning, so that your data has become more transformed into industry relevant information, right? Your data has been transformed into decision driven data, by which people were able to make better decisions quite easily. That is done in the business intelligence. And business intelligence is a process of extracting, collecting the information, analyzing, you can call it as data, sorry, collecting the data, analyzing the data, and generating the reports for decision making. Transformations into integrated BIS, which we were talking about now, that is integrated BIS, we have developed our comprehensive BI platforms came into the picture. Comprehensive business intelligence platforms came into the picture, and your Microsoft, IBM are came up. This companies like Microsoft, IBM came up with the business intelligence process, and they were integrating the direct analysis into your databases. We will also see that particular point in the upcoming sections. The systems provided interactive access to the data and supported better decisions. Last one, the incorporation of artificial intelligence, which is around 2005. Now you need not to even analyze the data, it is given to artificial intelligence. The previous history of the data is given to the artificial intelligence, and it will predict the future for you. What are the patterns, what are the behaviors followed in the legacy of the data can be identified and can be given to you, right? That concept was introduced in 2005 with the introduction of artificial intelligence. The artificial intelligence what introduced was integrated to business intelligence around the year 2005, done here, and advanced analytical tools. This thing started, as I said earlier, this integration has started the predictive analytics in the addition to the descriptive reporting. Just not trying to understand what previously happened, that is your analysis gives you the better reporting on what happened previously, what is happening in your data. Now with the introduction to the artificial intelligence, you also started the prediction, what is going to happen in the nearby future, done on what is going to be the trend in the upcoming years, can also be started with the help of predictive analytics additional to the descriptive reporting. Evolution of business intelligence. Hope you are able to understand all these things, right? The expansion of analytical tools, the evolution of BI included data warehouses. Data warehouse is a system independent, time variant, non volatile collection of the data. In the databases, we will be storing the data which is related to each other, whereas data warehouse, we will store the heterogeneous records. We will be storing what, dear? Heterogeneous records into your data warehouse. Data warehouse should support subject orientation, non-volatileness, and also time variant. It should satisfy volume, velocity, and volatility. Then it is called as data warehouse. Data mart. Data marts are the subsets of your data warehouses. And OLAP, online analytical processing. Prior to this, we were going with OLTP, online transaction processing, where data used to be dumped into your databases. Now we started analyzing the data, finding out the patterns and trends in the OLAP. Then we went with the ETL, dear. ETL is extract, transform, and load. Dashboards were started developing so that user can directly interact with the screens. Buttons were given, sections were given, radio buttons, check boxes, then filters were able to be applied. We started doing the slicing, dicing, roll up, drill down, pivot. All these things were integrated into this BI, business intelligence, right? So the evolution of the business intelligence has included data warehouses, data marts, OLAP, ETL, dashboards, and as well as multiple reporting tools. So the manager job has become so simple, the analysis has become so simple that at your fingertips you'll be able to do all these things. Okay. These tools improved data storage. These tools improved processing your data, converting your data into information, that is your data processing, and as well as visualization tools came into the existence, came into the picture, and the better presentations were also be given to our decision makers in the form of charts and graphs. Integration of data mining and predictive analytics. Data mining is a process of trying to mine the previously unknown information from a huge amount of data. Where in the data warehouse, you will be storing huge amount of data. Now we will mine and we will be able to extract the information from it. Usually people call data mining as a misnomer. It is not a right term to be used. We should call it as information mining, because you are mining the huge amount of data for information. You are extracting the information from the huge amount of data, so obviously it is called as information mining rather than the data mining. But we habituated and we started using this word and it went on like that. Okay dear, so data mining is a concept of digging, mining the information from a huge amount of data. Integration of this data mining and predictive analytics came into your business intelligence. The evolution added the data mining and predictive analytical techniques. And what will be the analytical techniques? Predictive analytical techniques are trend analysis, trying to find out the future trend by using the regression, by using the association rule minings. We will be able to find the relationship between the multiple products, multiple items, and we will be able to predict it. Done here. That concept has been implemented, integrated into our business intelligence. Shift to real-time analysis. Right now, prior to this, the BI was supporting the historical reporting. Just as I said, what happened previously or what happening in your data can be can be analyzed with the help of BI. Whereas with the integration of data mining and with the integration of artificial intelligence, we started predicting the future trends. That is this. Shifting from the historical reporting to the real-time and predictive analysis. Now you started predicting this, right? So we will discuss about the predictive analysis also in the upcoming questions, dear. It supported both strategic and operational decision making. Strategic decision making includes your planning, production, budgeting. Everything is included into the strategic planning, and BI has supported very well in the strategic decision making, right dear? So people went using this quite extensively, and they were able to make better strategic plannings, and the strategic plannings implemented obviously gives you the better results. Development of intelligent decision support systems, development of intelligent decision support platforms. Okay, the evolution of BI resulted to intelligent decision support systems. These support systems give the better hand to hand to the manager for strategic planning. Just now as I said, planning gives you the better implementation, better implementation gives you the better results. Operational efficiency, this is your implementation, and competitive advantage, you will be having a better edge when compared with your competitive organizations. All these three things were supported with the help of this intelligent support systems. You will be making better planning, and with the planning you can go with the better implementation. Better implementation obviously gives you the better results, and obviously you are going to achieve the competitive advantage. Done dear. This is about your question number 1, the history of business intelligence. We will have a very quick review about this, replay about this. Done dear. So MIS stands for Management Information System, which is started in early 1970s. It generated static predefined reports with some limited analysis. After this, we went to the EIS, which is called as Executive Information System. The major change what happened is the static reports which we generated in the MIS made dynamic, right? And this dynamic happened to be what? Interactive in the BI, business intelligence. Then here it was introduced and it integrated databases, tools, and other applications for analysis, other algorithms for analysis. After this, BI was being integrated with the AI, integrated with the artificial intelligence, integrated with the other EIS platforms, other database systems, other tools and mechanisms, so that people were able to get the better decision support. And after AI has been powered to your business intelligence, the automatic predictive things were also came into the picture. It incorporated with artificial intelligence and advanced analytics for what? For predictive analytics. Now you are able to predict the future trends, future behaviors, done on a based upon the previously available data. And the better example is, now if you move on to the DMart, you will find so many stalls, or the center of attraction will be given to the school bags, books, water bottles, the other stationaries which are required, because this is the season where many of the schools are opening and parents tend to buy new books and new bags to the children. So if today this thing should be available in the market, now imagine when the production has been started, imagine when the strategic planning has been started, imagine when this implementation take into the real world, when is this implementation started, done here. So in the month of May and June, if I want to do all these things, in the month of February, March, I have to do my strategic planning and I have to do my production ready. I have to keep all these things, right? Now, how do you are going to do this? And which DMart in Hyderabad has the more sales for this? So what will be the supply to this? Because if there are more sales, my supply to be the maximum. So I have to go with the production, and as well as I have to go with the supply chain management as well, and I have to supply these goods and products to that particular particular mart, so that people will comfortably come and buy, and your organization sales will be increased. And maybe in a month or in a week, you will also find now these things will be replaced by the raincoats, because rainy season is going to start and we are going to predict most of the people will be purchasing the raincoats, and we have to start the production accordingly, and we have to go with the trend, we have to go with the current scenarios, how we can attract them, how we can give the multicolored or multi designed raincoat, so that people get attracted and people purchases it, done here. All these things involve in this strategic planning, and we will predict the future for us. This is what we do in the AI incorporated business platforms. Okay, after this we'll go with our second question, dear. Define business intelligence. Again, the definition what we have seen in the first question. Done here, it is a process of collecting, analyzing, and presenting, reporting the business relevant data, decision relevant data, so that our managers can make better decisions. And also explain various types, various styles of business intelligence, which is appeared for last 2 times here. This is going to be one of the most important question. And please go through with our social media handles. We have done a recent analysis report on the semester examination. 70 to 80% of the questions what we discussed here were appeared in your question paper. Done. 70 to 80% of the questions what we discussed here were appeared in your question paper for this particular semester. Again, this is only a prediction for us. Done here, we are doing the predictive analytics, and we will see, hopefully the same questions will appear for you in the coming examination also. This is asked in 2023, and the same question asked in a different pattern. Explain the style of business intelligence. So first, what is business intelligence? Business intelligence is a process of collecting, analyzing, and presenting the business data to the managers for better decisions. Okay, this is business intelligence. Coming to the styles of business intelligence, we have the different types of business intelligence for representing different ways of analysis, different ways of presentations or visualizations, and distributing the business information across the organization to the decision makers. Okay, we have different styles of business intelligence representing different ways of analysis, different ways of presentations or visualizations, different ways of distributing the data or sharing the data among the decision makers. Okay, so the first one in this is enterprise reporting. Enterprise reporting is very majorly focused on the operations, day-to-day operations performed in your organization, or financial reports throughout the organization. Okay, so that you are going to get what work is going to be done in your organization and how much revenue is generated in your organization. That is your response reporting. Done here in the enterprise reporting, it provides the operational and financial reports throughout the organization. This style uses predefined formats for consistent information delivery. Obviously, when you are going with the financial related information, you'll have predefined formats only. No, you have to just follow them and you have to just generate the reports for the consistent information delivery. Example, the dashboard say showing the sales, revenue, and the production performance. This is your operational data. This is your financial data. Right? Based upon your performance, your sales and revenue will be increased. If your sales and revenue is falling down, if your performance is also same, then you have to implement or adapt a new strategy. That is what we are going to get in the business intelligence. Okay. Then cube analysis. See, apart from your traditional database management system where we started storing the data in the form of rows and columns, now we evolved into a new strategy. We store the data in the form of data cubes. We store the data in the form of multi-dimensional data cubes, and we implement the concept of slicing, dicing, roll up, drill down, pivot on your multi-cube data, so that you will have a multi-view for your data and you can apply the filters on sales, products, region, month, date, year. You'll be able to apply multiple filters on your data with the help of this data cube architecture. So cube analysis performs multi-dimensional analysis using OLAP, online analytical processing. The style analysis, this particular style analysis differ from perspectives such as time, region, and products. Just now, as I said, you will be able to get the information from different perspectives on the different columns. Like you'll be able to apply the filters on products, filters on time, filters on region, filters on the location. Then here on all those things you'll be able to apply and you can get the data from the different perceptions, right? You'll be able to view the data in the different perspectives. That is this OLAP, analytical online processing, where data is stored in the form of multi-dimensional data cubes. Example, analyzing the sales of a product for a particular time in a particular region. That is the example of your multi-dimensional cube. Okay, so in the data warehouses, we store our data in the form of multi-dimensional cube, apart from our traditional database management systems. The third one is implementation of mathematics or statistics and data mining. Data mining uses statistical and mathematical techniques to discover the hidden patterns in the data. As I said in the beginning of the classes, data mining is used to find out the hidden trends, behaviors, patterns which are previously unknown, right, which are actually in your data. Done here with the market basket analysis, association rule mining, Navy Bayes theorem or Bayes theorem, we will be able to find out the hidden patterns, the data which is previously unknown. You'll be able to identify them in the data mining. And after this, what you are going to do when you identify all these things, you can forecast, you can predict the future trends, you can predict the future trends. That can be done with the help of your data mining. It is a statistical and mathematical technique which is used to find out the hidden trends and patterns which are previously unknown. Example, studying how price changes affect product demand. How the price changes affect the product demand. When there is an increase or a decrease in the price of a product, how the demand of that product is going to be affected. You will predict it and you will be able to make the decisions accordingly. Done here, that is your data mining techniques. Fourth one is report delivery and alerting. We will be not only delivering the reports to the users and to the large crowd, you will be also able to send the alerts based upon the schedules or events. Not only automatically distributing the reports, and we will also send the alerts to the large crowd based upon the schedule or events. So with the help of this, you will be able to ensure the timely communication of important information. It can be sent across to the multiple people, multiple departments of your organization. Example, alert sent when monthly sales follow below the target. Automatically, when the target is not reached for any particular month or a quarter, a alert message will be generated and it will be sent across to the various people or various departments in your organization. Okay. The last one is ad hoc queries. Ad hoc queries are customized information given to the uh, particular person. The particular person who is asking for a customized report done, that can be sent to that particular person or to the particular department in the ad hoc queries. Ad hoc queries is simply request and response category, right? You have to send a request and you'll get a response accordingly. Ad hoc queries allows the users to retrieve customized information whenever it is required. This is very simply like on-demand analysis. You just send a request and you are going to get a response out of it. Okay. So the example is investigating the reasons for sudden drop in the sales. Why the sales has been suddenly dropped? What are the things affecting the sales of this particular product can be asked and can be analyzed and can get the information from that particular AI integrated business intelligence. This is ad hoc query process. Okay, so we have 5 styles here. The very first style is enterprise reporting. In the enterprise reporting, we will be providing the standard operational and financial reports in the predefined formats. Second one is cube analysis. We will be performing the slice and dice analysis. As you can see in the picture, here the data is not stored in the form of traditional two-dimensional rows and columns in the multi-dimensional view. You will have the multi-dimensional view and we will be able to view the data from the different perspectives. Okay, that is your OLAP, online analytical processing. After this, the third one is data mining using mathematical and the statistical tools and mechanisms. You will be able to implement this mathematical statistical techniques to discover the patterns which are previously unknown, and you will be able to support the predictive analytics. You will be able to support the predictions, future predictions. Fourth one is report delivery and alerting. Automatically delivers the reports and the alerts based upon the criteria or based upon the event. If an event has been executed, automatically it will trigger an alert message to the concerned department, concerned person. Done here, like the sales falling down for a particular month for a particular target, it can be done with the help of this. And the last one is ad hoc queries. Ad hoc queries are customized queries as per the immediate need. As per the immediate need, we are going to have the customized reports, that is called as your ad hoc queries. Okay, dear. By this, we will end our question number 2, the introduction or the definition of business intelligence and the different styles of business intelligence. So you can look at the screen. These are the 5 different types of business intelligence. Okay, dear. Now we will move to our question number 3. Draw the business intelligence value chain with relevant examples. Or it can also be asked as explain in detail the business intelligence value chain. Okay, so what is going to be the value chain and what is the importance of the value chain in the business intelligence, we have to discuss. And this question is asked for last 2 times, in June July 2024 as well as in July August 2021. Okay, so first, what is business intelligence value chain? The business intelligence value chain is the process of transforming raw data into business goals. The strategic planning, the objectives which were defined for your organization, you need to meet them with the help of your raw data. That considered as your value chain. The value chain is the process of transforming your raw data, which is unorganized, which does not have any meaning, into the business goals through a series of value adding stages. Each stage will improve the quality, each stage will improve the usefulness of your information for the better decision making. Okay, so first in the business intelligence, we collect the data, we analyze the data, and we generate the business reports so that it is helpful for better decision making. In this process, we also need to add the value to the data. How? You will be transforming the raw data into business goals. At every stage, you'll be adding the value to this. Okay, dear. So the major components of business intelligence value chain goes like this. The business intelligence values chain consists of the following elements. The very first one is data mining. Data mining is a mathematical and statistical technique for predicting the future. Okay. Data visualization, that gives you the better understanding of your data in the form of charts and graphs done here. So you will be able to give the better presentation of your data, better navigation flow of the data can be presented to the higher ups who are making the better decisions, no? With the help of business visualization, we will be giving all these things. Real-time data warehousing, the interactive data warehousing, so that at any time user can interact with the interface and user can extract the information from the interface, and even in the process of analyzing, user can send the instructions to the analyzation, so that the data can be analyzed, data can be predicted, data can be visualized in the flexible way, in the interactive way, by the instructions given by the user. That is your real time or a dynamic data warehousing. Automatic learning and refinement, we can simply call it as machine learning. Then your data is being fed with the help of the classification and clustering, we can achieve this automatic learning and refinement of your data. Automated anomaly and exception detection, the outliers, the abnormal rows or columns, the abnormal data elements can be identified and we can pick them, we can remove them from your data. That is your automated anomaly and exception detection right here, which is away from your mean of your data, done by using the k mean and k media. It's we will be able to achieve this, we will be able to find out the anomalies, the abnormal situations or the abnormal data elements in your data. Geographic information systems, again by the k mean and k media, we can achieve this dear. Seamless flow through workflow techniques, like we have agile, lean workflow techniques. With that, we will be able to achieve this seamless flow. Proactive alerting and automatic recipient determination, right? Just now we have seen the different styles of business intelligence, no? We can also generate the reports and we can also send the alerts based upon the conditions what you can apply. Done here. These are the simple 8 business intelligence value chain, consists of this simple 8 elements. First one is data mining, which is used for analyzing, which is used for finding the trends and patterns of your data for the better decision. Data visualization, presenting the data in the most interactive way. Real-time data warehousing, automatic learning and refinement, automated anomaly detection, geographic information systems, we simply call it as GIS, seamless flow through workflow, proactive alerting with automatic recipient determination. Right here, these are the simple elements which are included into your value chain. After this inclusion, the inclusion of the above 8 concepts node here ensures that continuously value enhancement is taken place. Continuously we will be adding the value to the raw data at every stage, right? With the inclusion of those 8 elements, we will be adding the value to the data at the every stage. Stages of business intelligence value chains goes like this. These are the sequential steps. Okay, so the ultimate goal is you need to achieve the business goals, the objectives of your organization need to be achieved. Okay, so business intelligence value chain will flow like this. We will be collecting the data from various resources. It may be the online resources, it may be the resources which are available in your own organization, or you are collecting the data from the external resources. Done here, you can ask the question, you can get the answers. Are the legacy of the data available in the organization? We will be collecting and we will be dumping them into your data warehouse. That is the first step. You have to collect the data from various resources. Second step is data processing. This data need to be transformed to the industry relevant information, or the organization which storing the information data, no, we have to make that information, we have to process the data for the decision relevant information. And obviously, you know, data is unstructured, data is not going to give you any knowledge, whereas information is organized data which gives the knowledge to the person. Information we have to transform, we have to process the data to information. Then knowledge worker, Then this stage will be transforming the data into the relevant data again. Then we will apply the business intelligence, and business intelligence will go in line with the strategies of your organization. With the business intelligence applied on your information according to the guidelines of the strategies, you will be able to achieve the goals. Whatever the goals of your organization you have been defined, these goals need to be achieved with the help of the strategies you follow in the organization, with the inclusion of the business intelligence on the information. Okay, then you will be able to give the value to the data which is available in your organization. Now we will discuss one by one what all these things. What is data resources? The stage of data resources involves collecting the raw data from operational applications and various other databases. Just now, as I said, it is the subject oriented, time variant data which can be collected from various resources. Examples: sales transaction recorded in a retail stores billing system. In this particular database, we have the transactions recorded, we pick them and we store them into your data warehouse. That is your first step. Second step is information. The stage of information involves processing and organizing the data, giving some essence and meaning to your data using information engineering techniques, like your normalization can be done. Then here the algebraic relational database techniques can be applied, so that your data will be transformed from the raw data to useful information. That is your second step, right? By the implementation of information engineering techniques, we will transform our raw data into processed, organized data. Example: monthly sales report generated from the transaction data. So every day transactions will take place, but you have to apply the filters, you have to apply, as I said, the relational algebraic techniques, and you will be able to extract the information for a one particular month, for a one particular time zone. That is called as your transformation from data to information. Third one is knowledge worker. Here, the individuals are responsible who can analyze the information within a knowledge environment. The basic analysis will be applied here. We can also call like the data transformation, the anomalies of the data, the reduction of the data can be taken place here. You'll be able to clean your data by using the binning techniques or bucket techniques. You'll be able to eliminate the anomalies. Done here, the missing values in your data, all those things will be eliminated, eradicated in this particular phase. We will have the knowledge workers who are responsible for implementing the basic analysis, so that you will be able to transform, you will be able to refine your information for the better decision making. Example: a sales manager analyzing declining sales trends in a specific region. Okay, next, fourth one, what we have is business intelligence. Then in this stage, the business intelligence involves structured analysis and intelligent learning process that generates the insights about your data. The things which we have not known previously, the trends and behaviors can be analyzed, can be generated in this particular phase. Okay, example: dashboard showing real-time sales performance and customer buying patterns. I said no, the things which we are previously not known, the buying techniques, the real-time sales performance. Next, business strategies. The stage of business strategies uses intelligence output to formulate competitive and operational strategies. Now, the strategies need to be implemented into your organization based upon the reports which are generated in the business intelligence. Okay. Example: introducing the discount offers in the regions where the sales are declining, where the sales are falling down. There we need to go with a different strategy of discounting or any another specific offers. Then here, this can be done in this strategy. So when you do all these things, what happens is you are going to achieve your organizational goals. Okay, dear. These are the elements or the stages which are involved in your value chain of the business intelligence. Okay, this answers your question. We will go with our next question: the architecture of business intelligence. Right here, you are going to see this question which is asked in 2022 and 2023. Discuss the types of business intelligence architectures. Explain about business intelligence architecture. Done here. This is your question. So again, I have to go with the basic definition. What is BI? BI architecture is the framework that collects, stores, analyzes, and presents the data to support better managerial decisions. You will be collecting, storing, analyzing, and presenting the data for the better decision making. It converts raw data into useful business insights through different layers, and those different layers are considered as the architecture of your data. Okay. So we will go with business intelligence architecture. It is a bottom-up approach done here. First, your data collected from the various resources will be dumped into data warehouse. That is the first one. Done here, the data which is collected from the various resources like CRM, SCM, ERP. Done here, enterprise resource planning or your customer relation management or your supply chain management are from the external resources like web, cloud, files. From various resources, data will be collected and dumped into your data warehouse. This is your first step, collecting the data from various resources. Second thing is applying the business analytical tools, business analytical technologies and mechanisms. So data mining can be text mining, web mining, generating the reports, applying the queries. OLAP techniques can be implemented like slice, dice, drill down, roll up. So you'll be applying your mining techniques in the second stage. Once you apply the mining techniques, you'll be able to predict the data. You'll be able to extract the information which is previously unknown. The patterns, trends, behaviors, you will be able to get them. Right here, you'll be able to identify them. Now, all these things I have to present it to my user in a better way by using scoreboards, dashboards, planning and forecasting, budgeting. This is your third one. Business performance management, the strategy layer. Right, you will be able to apply the different strategies according to this. And the last one is user interface, presentation layer. The dashboards, portals, browsers, visualization tools like chart, graphics are available and we will be presenting them to the user. Okay, so these are the business intelligent architecture layers. Okay, what will be the first layer, dear? Data warehouse layer, we call it as foundation layer, gathering the information from various resources, storing in the warehouse, and then applying the data mining techniques so that you will be able to identify the previously hidden trends, patterns, behaviors. Now we will present them, we will forecast, predict, and we will do the budgeting, and finally we will present it to our user using the dashboards. Okay, dear, these are the basic things which we can do. So the diagram, what we have discussed, no, all those things I have explained them with the diagrammatic, and we also included them in the step-by-step process. Okay, dear. Just give us 2 minutes. We will come back. Thank you. glitch, we will be continuing with our class. So the current topic which was discussing 2 minutes back is what, dear? The different business intelligent architecture layers. So these are the 4 simple layers. As I said, I discussed all these things with the help of the diagram, but theoretically this is given. And no issues, dear. Writing this answer will also give you the better marks. Okay, I don't say full marks, but the answers which are displaying here, then you're writing these answers will also give you the better marks. And to get more information related to the notes PDF, please subscribe to our channel and download the SIA last minute revision application. Right, when you download this, you'll be able to see the PDF, notes, previous year question banks, and this PPT and everything will be available there. Okay, dear. So please take from there. Types and major components of BA architecture: data warehouse, the foundation layer where the data has been collected from the various resources. It stores the integrated historical and current data from different sources. The second one is business analytical layer. Here we have the tools for and techniques for examining the data stored in the data warehouse and trying to find out the patterns, trends, behaviors which are previously unknown. The third one is your presentation, that is visualization. Business performance management strategies, we call it as BPM. Here we will be able to measure, monitor, and manage the organizational performance. Okay, dear. And we will be able to present this same thing to our higher ups by using this forecasting, budgeting, dashboards, and scorecards. The last and final one is user interface. We call it as the presentation layer. In the user interface, the component allows the managers to interact with the BI system. Users can interact with the BI system and they will be able to give the ad hoc queries and they will be able to get the required information from it. Okay, dear. This is the architecture of your business intelligence. Okay, by this we will end with our unit number 1. Next we will go with our unit number 2. In the unit number 2, the very first question is explain various data mining tools and techniques. Okay, so what do you mean by the data mining? And this question is asked in June-July 2024, right, which is appeared for 2 times. Explain various data mining tools and techniques. One of the most important question here. Describe the tools and techniques of data mining. The other way the same question has been asked. Data mining is the process of extracting the useful information, relationships, knowledge from the large amount of data to support decision making. This is called as data mining. Tools of data mining. The following are the tools of the data mining. The very first one is IBM Intelligent Miner. The tools of data mining. Then the following are the commonly used data mining tools, and the very first one is IBM Intelligent Miner. It is one of the most powerful data mining tool used for classification, clustering, and association rule analysis. So again, what is classification and clustering? We will see in the next immediate question here. We have a concept of classification and clustering in the immediate question. Please wait for next question. Okay, it is one of the important tool, powerful tool, which is available for data mining, so that you can classify, cluster, and apply the association rule mining. It supports predictive modeling and business analytical applications. Obviously, data mining, what we are using is for what, dear? For the predictive analysis only. Then the SPSS also provides you the particular tool, the Clementine, now which is also known as IBM SPSS Modeler, which is a data mining tool used for the predictive analytics. It provides a visual interface for building data mining models and analyzing the data. It gives you the interface so that you will be able to build the data mining models, your own models, and as well as you are going to apply the analysis. Again, when I say you are going to apply your own mining models, in this sense, the algorithms what we are going to use, the amount of information what you have to see, or the percentage of analysis techniques what you want to apply, everything you can predict, you can apply. Done here, you can apply and you will be able to achieve it. You can apply Navy Bayes theorem or Bayes theorem. You can apply K-means or you can apply K-mediaids. Done. That can be done in the building data models. Okay, you can apply your own different techniques and then you can analyze your data. The third one is Oracle data mining, which is integrated with the Oracle database. So this data mining platform also provides you the advanced analytical capabilities with the integration of SQL. And you will be able to achieve classification, regression, clustering, and anomaly detection. Okay. The fourth one is classification and regression tree. Here we simply call it as CART. This is a decision tree based technique and a tool used for classification and regression task. Okay, so classification, every data element should be classified into a class label. Regression, it gives you the relationship between two independent variables, a dependent and independent variable. You'll be able to find the relationship between it with the help of regression. Okay, you can apply these things here. And the fifth one is VECA, Vicato environment for knowledge, right? Most of the educational institutions, when they want to practically implement the warehousing and mining, they follow this, right? Which is an open source. That's the important reason where we can apply our data mining techniques. Hence, most of the educational institutions use this. We call it as Vicato environment for knowledge analysis. VECA is an open source data mining tool that provides machine learning algorithms for data analysis. So you'll be able to apply classification, clustering, regression, and also you will be able to apply different visualization techniques on your data. Okay, that is what we have been mentioned here. Okay, dear. Now, what are the techniques of data mining? Just now, as I said, we will be able to achieve classification, clustering, regression, association rule mining, or market basket analysis. These things are called as what, dear? The techniques of data mining. To start with, we will go with the classification. In the classification, we call it as a supervised data mining technique, whereas clustering is a unsupervised data mining technique used to assign data objects into predefined classes or labels or categories. Every data element in your database should have a class label or should have a class category. That is called as your classification. Classification is a supervised data mining technique that assigns the data objects into predefined classes or categories. We will be classifying your data into predefined classes or categories. And it can be achieved with the help of decision tree techniques. It can be achieved with the help of Bayes theorem, Navy Bayes theorem, those things, regression as well. Those things are included here. Okay, the subsystems are decision trees, regressions, neural network, discriminant analysis, SVMs, KNN, K nearest neighbor technique, genetic algorithms. We can also consider this KNN or K mean, K medioid in the clustering also here. Genetic algorithms, Navy Bayes theorems, Bayes theorem, rough set theory, right? These are the subset of your classification. Usually when you work with your theoretical concepts or practical concepts, if I am not wrong, you worked with Navy Bayes theorem, regression done, and K nearest neighbor technique, KNN. Okay. The second technique is cluster analysis. Clustering is a unsupervised data mining where we will be grouping the data objects of similar type, right? What is clustering analysis? It is an unsupervised data mining technique used to group similar data objects into one cluster based upon the similarity measures. And we have agglomerative method, we have divisive method for this. Okay, so the subtypes are k-means algorithm, k-medioid algorithm, distance based clusterings, right? These are the basic things by which you will be able to achieve clustering in your data mining. The third one is association rule mining. In the association rule mining, you will be able to discover relationships among the among the variables in the large database sets. Like when you go for your examination, there is a strong relationship between your marks and grades. That relationship is identified, and instead of displaying marks and grades to the user, only grades are displayed. That is a technique of data reduction, and it is achieved with the help of association rule mining. The existence of one data variable is dependent on the another data variable. Association rule mining. Last one is prediction and regression, right? The prediction technique is used to forecast the future outcomes based upon the historical data. Time series analysis, done here. It's a best example of your prediction and regression. So a very quick revision. These are the tools which are available for our data mining. done here, a very quick revision. So start with classification. It assigns the data element to a predefined class or a category, and these are the different types of techniques which we used. As I said, in this regression, KNN, Navy Bayes or Bayes theorem are the most important things. Second one is cluster analysis. In the cluster analysis, we will be grouping the data objects based upon their similarity. Group similar data objects into clusters. The best algorithms available are K-mean and K-medioid. Association rule mining, trying to discover the relationship between the various variables available in your large data set. Find interesting rules like customer who buy bread often buy butter. So customers who buy bread often buys butter. So what we can do is we can place them into opposite directions. So when user purchases the bread and when the user wants to purchase the butter, user need to travel the entire supermarket. Right, dear? That can be achieved with the help of this association rule mining. And when this process of walking the entire supermarket, the user might buy the products which are not planned, which are not listed. That fellow is traveling from one corner of the mart to the another corner of the mart. By the means, that fellow will be able to go across the items which are not listed, which are not planned to buy. Those things, those fellows might buy. That can be achieved with the help of this association rule mining. Okay. Prediction and regression. Forecasting future outcomes based upon the historical data. You will be able to predict the future trends. Just now, as I said, in a week time or in 15 days, we are going to see lot of raincoats, umbrellas in the DMart. They have predicted it. They have went with the future sales and demand. That is going to be the demand of the day. Next month, we are going to see heavy rains in Hyderabad, and we have to purchase more raincoats and umbrellas. What is that? Future sales and demand. That can be predicted with the help of reduction. Rainy season and umbrella come together. Okay. And tools, we have IBM, we have SPSS, we have Oracle data mining, CART, which is for classification and regression, and finally Weka. Weka is originated from the New Zealand, and this is the official bird used for it. There is a bird called as Weka. Okay, so these are the main usage of this tools. Okay, this completes your question in the unit number 2. We will go with the next question of our unit number 2, dear. Describe data warehousing process by explaining major components of data warehousing, which is asked in June-July 2024. What is data warehousing process? Explain the major components of data warehousing process. The major component of data warehousing process is ERP, OLAP, ETL. Okay, so we will go across with this. What is data warehousing first? The data warehousing is a process of collecting, transforming, storing, and accessing large amounts of data for the support to your decision making. You will be able to collect the time variant, non-volatile, subject oriented data from various resources. That is called as your data warehouse. And not only collecting, will be transforming it, reducing it, cleaning it, storing and accessing the large amounts of data. Right? It integrates data from multiple resources and organize it in the structured format for strategic decisions. Okay, dear. What are the major components of data warehousing? So we will discuss one by one again. The data warehousing processes, first you have to collect the data from the various resources. It can be the legacy of the data which is available in your organization, or you are collecting it from the external sources like web applications, or it is from your day-to-day transactions happening in your organization, that is OLTP systems. Your OLTP gives you the day-to-day organizations transactions. Web applications, the external resource will be collecting the data from the other databases or even from the user. Legacy systems, the time variant historical data which is available in your organization. From multiple resources, I integrated the data. And then I'll go with the data extraction and transformation process. We call it as ETL. Extract, transform, and load. Extract data from multiple heterogeneous resources, what we have done, and transform the data into the industry relevant data. That is, you have to clean, integrate, transform, and standardize your data. You have to reduce the unnecessary things, remove the waste from your data warehouse, clean the data, integrate the data, address the data missing values, okay, and load. Prepare the data for loading into warehouse. And if you find any difficulty in this, I mean, if you don't have any industry relevant data, decision relevant data, you have to repeat the process again. Third one is data loading and enterprise data warehouse. Data loading and enterprise data warehouse. Here we will store the data into the centralized repository that stores the integrated, subject oriented, time dependent and non erasable data. We call it as non volatile data, so that your data has been dumped and stored permanently into your data warehouse. Fifth one, metadata. Metadata is simply called as what, dear? The data about the data, which describes the structure, definitions, schema, and rules applied on your data warehouse. Okay, it helps the users and administrators to easily identify the data, to easily access the data, and both of them are linked with the metadata repository. Always remember, metadata is not stored into your database, it is stored into a separate repository, dear. Okay, and the last thing is, on this we will be applying our middleware access tools, that is data mining techniques are applied on the last tool. Like we have the multidimensional cube technique, that is OLAP tool, slice, dice, pivot, roll up, drill down. Data mining tools, classification, regression, clustering, association, rule mining. Visualization tools, dashboards, scoreboards, then your KPI scores or measures can be given. Query tools, you'll be able to extract the information as per the requirement. This is your data warehousing process. We extract, transform, load, metadata is given, then the middleware access tools will analyze the data. Okay, dear. So these things we have discussed with some theoretical concepts. Like data sources, you'll be able to integrate the data from various resources. It may include the ERP systems, OLTP systems, the online transaction processing of your organization, historical data of your systems. The same diagram we kept in the form of a simple theory. Okay, dear. The second one is ETL process. Okay, what is ETL process? Data transformation, extraction and transformation. That is called as ETL process. The ETL process refers to the method of extracting data from different heterogeneous sources, transforming it into the consistent and standardized format, and preparing it for storage. Load it. Okay. The third one is data loading and enterprise data warehousing, EDW. Data loading is the process of transforming the transformed data into the enterprise data warehouse. In the ETL, you have standardized the data, no? Now you make it as enterprise data. The enterprise data warehouse acts as a centralized repository that stores integrated, subject-oriented, time-dependent, and non-erasable or non-volatile data. Okay, so it supports the enterprise-wide decision-making by providing the detailed and summarized information. And the fourth one is metadata. It is the descriptive information about the data, like your index for a textbook. Metadata consists about the data about the data. It gives you the structure of the data, definitions, schemas, rules applied on your data warehouse, everything will be given. And the last and important one is what, here? Middleware access tools, which represents the tools and softwares that enable users to access and analyze the data. It can be the mining techniques, it can be the OLAP techniques, it can be the data visualization techniques. We can apply them in the middleware access tools. Okay, dear. Right? Just as I said, it include OLAP, slice, dice, pivot, data mining tools, classification, clustering, association rule, visualization tools, scoreboards, dashboards, KPI measures are included here, and SQL based query tools, so that we can send a query and we will be able to get a response from the database. Okay, dear. Clear? Finally, you can add on this. Middleware acts as an interface between the data warehouse and the end user analytical processing. Okay. We'll go with the last question of our unit number 2. Explain data mining functions and applications in detail. What are the different kinds of functions of data mining and applications of data mining? Where do we use data mining? Why do we use data mining? Right here, which is asked in August-September 2022. Functions of data mining. First function is predictive. The most important function is predictive. You will be able to identify the hidden patterns and trends, the behavior of your data, patterns or trends which are previously unknown, and you'll be able to predict the future for it. Predictive functions are used to predict future values or outcomes based upon previous data, historical data. So you can achieve it with the help of classification. Classification is a predictive data mining function that assigns data to predefined categories or classes. Every data object in your data warehouse must have a class label, 100%. That is your classification technique. Every data object comes into your data warehouse should be assigned, should be classified into any of the class label or a category. That is classification. This function is used for categorical predictions. Okay. Example, classify the transactions as fraudulent or non-fraudulent. Every mail you get to your every mail what comes to your Gmail, no, sometimes I feel it is irrelevant and I delete it. Every mail which comes from a particular organization, I feel it irrelevant, I delete it. Automatically after a week time, what happens? That message is not seen in my primary, that message is seen in my spam. How? Because you deleted it for multiple number of times, it is classified as a spam. Now next time from the same recipient, if I receive a mail, it goes and sits in the spam. How is it possible? Classification. Right? Now you can also see in your Gmail, it is divided into four simple categories, no? Primary, updates, social. Done here. How is this possible? And any mail coming and going into the each particular classification, any LinkedIn request or a Facebook request will go and fall under social. Done here. How is this possible? Because of classification. You will be able to classify the mails. You will be able to classify the data into different categories. That is the importance of your classification. Okay. Regression. Regression is a predictive function that predicts the continuous numerical values. First, regression gives you the relationship between two different variables, like predicting future sales and revenue. Predicting future sales revenue. Okay, dear, that can be predicted based upon your historical data. That is regression. Okay. Second one is descriptive functions. First one is predictive function. Under the predictive function, we have classification and regression. Second one is descriptive function. Under the descriptive function, we have clustering. Descriptive functions identify the patterns and the relationships within the data. It is used to identify the patterns and the relationships between the data, and the first technique used for this is clustering. What is clustering? It is a descriptive function that groups the objects based upon their similarity. It is a descriptive function that groups similar data items into clusters. This function is useful for customer segmentation. Example, grouping customers as students, professionals, retirees, so that I'll be able to send the marketing strategies separate for the student, separate for the professional, separate for the retired employee, right? Because I can't use the same strategy for everyone. Done here. So if I divide my data into different clusters, I'll be able to apply different strategies to the different cluster. Like you'll be able to decide your customers. You will be able to identify your customers as students, professionals, or retireds. Then the second thing is association rule mining. This association rule mining is used to establish or identify the relationship, discover the relationships between the items in a data set. Okay, like everyone who is purchasing the bread will also purchase a butter. Then don't keep bread and butter together. Keep it in a different category. Like I go to purchase a mobile phone and I also purchase a mobile pouch. My intention is not to purchase a pouch, no, mobile phone. Now when you purchase a mobile phone, automatically the sales of the mobile pouch is also increasing. Done here, because the things to come together, that relationship we need to identify and we have to get maximum benefit of it. This function helps to identify the items that are frequently occur together, like this. Customers who buy bread often buy butter. Now don't keep them together, keep them in a different place. The one person who is buying the bread will also buy the butter, and this fellow will move from one corner of the mart to the another corner of the mart, and in this traveling she might look into the other products, and they might purchase which are not planned, which are not listed actually. They plan to purchase only bread and butter, but when we are moving from one place to another place, we come across with the other products and we purchase them, by which your sales is increasing. Done, dear. That is one of the important technique of your business intelligence, clustering. Fourth one is summarization. In the summarization, we will provide the compact and meaningful description of your data so that managers will be able to understand the business performance very quickly. That is your summarization. Example, monthly sales summary report. Okay. After predictive and descriptive, the third one is association. That is discovering of relationship. Trying to identify the relationship among the variables present in the large data sets. Okay, dear. And you can achieve this with the help of association rule mining as well as with the help of market basket analysis. You'll be able to achieve this. This function is widely used in the market basket analysis, looking into someone's basket and trying to find out what are the items purchased together. That is one of your example. Okay, dear. Next, what are the applications of data mining and where it is used very frequently? So data mining is used in the market basket analysis. We will be able to identify the customer purchasing behavior. What are the items which are brought together so that you can focus on cross selling, so that you can focus on product placement. Just now, as I said, if someone is purchasing butter and bread, don't place them together, by which you'll be able to increase cross selling. The product placement can be decided with the help of that. Fraud detection. Data mining techniques such as classification and clustering are used in the banking and financial sectors so that you will be able to detect the fraudulent transactions, right? Any transaction which comes with the abnormal patterns, you can identify it as a fraud. Done, dear. That is fraud detection. Third one, customer relationship management, that is CRM. Data mining helps organizations understand the customer preferences and behavior so that we will be able to send the personalized marketing strategies to each individual customer. Done, dear. Instead of sending some unrelevant information to the customer and getting rejected by the customer, getting spammed by the customer, we can restrict ourselves and we can send the personalized messages or mails to the customer. That is your customer relationship management, CRM. You will be able to understand the behavior and preferences of the customer, and you will be sending the personalized marketing strategies to that fellow so that you can get the customer retention. Maybe giving the offers or discounts will also fall under this category. Sales forecasting, predicting the future trends based upon the historical data, is sales forecasting. By using the techniques of prediction and regression techniques, we try to predict the future sales based upon the historical data. Just now, as I said, rainy season and umbrellas are the powerful combination. So next month we are going to see the high number of sales in the umbrellas, that we will predict, and accordingly we will go with the production and maintenance. And production are this marketing, supply chain management, delivering the goods, all those things will come under this. It assists in production planning and budgeting, as I said. Okay. Fifth one is risk analysis and credit scoring. Financial institutions used data mining to evaluate the loan eligibility and repayment capacity. Like there is a person whose age is 25, whose salary is 50,000, coming for a 20 lakhs loan. Now, what will be the chance of repayment of the loan? We can analyze with the risk analysis and credit scoring. Suppose a person whose age is 50 and whose salary is same 50,000, then here comes for a 20 lakhs of loan. Okay. Now, for which user you are going to immediately accept the loan? The one whose age is 25, whose salary is 50, that fellow has a long term of employability. That fellow has a long term of getting the salary. So, payment is not going to be a risk for me. Done here. Whereas 50, this person may be going to retire in next 5-10 years, and that may be a risk for me for the repayment of the loan. So we will predict and we will be able to make the decisions, and we will reduce the financial risk for the organization, right? This can be one of the important feature here. Okay, dear. Medical diagnosis, right? We will be able to classify, we will be able to recognize the patterns, and based upon we will diagnose the users. What are the diseases, and we will be able to predict the future patient condition, and we will diagnose accordingly. It helps in healthcare professionals making better decisions. E-commerce and recommendation systems. Online platforms use data mining to recommend the products based upon the customer behavior, right? It improves the customer satisfaction and sales. So if I just search for the spectacles in the Instagram, automatically I'm going to find so many sales, so many advertisements from the different spec makers, different spectacle vendors in my Google, in my Instagram. Maybe you noticed it. You go to Google and you search for a particular product, automatically in the next 10-15 minutes those things will be scrolled in your Instagram newsfeed or in the Facebook newsfeed. Why? E-commerce and recommendation systems. Now all these e-commerce are watching you and they are recommending you with the help of social media platforms, by which user customer satisfaction and sales can be increased. Financial analysis. Data mining supports investment decisions and market trend forecasting. It helps evaluate financial performance. Again, if you go for the trading, done here, this is what people do. They see how the historically data has been grown and they invest in it. Done here, that is your financial analysis. Okay. This ends your question for data mining techniques, and we go with one more question. What are the sources and types of data for a data warehouse? Right, because the definition itself says data warehouse integrates the data from the various resources. This question is asked in July August 2021. Dear, sources of data for data warehouses, there are two major sources: external sources and internal sources. External data sources, in the external data sources refers to the data that is being originated from the uh, various resources which are outside the internal organization systems. It may be from the cloud, it may be from the other resources, it may be from the other databases, or it may be from the user interaction. Done here. So the external data sources refers to the data that is being integrated or extracted from the other resources other than the internal organizational systems. These sources continuously generate large volumes of the data which is required for the analysis, and the different types of sources are sensors and trackers, web logs, computer system logs, data feeds which is taken from the user, machines generating programming data, and more importantly social media platforms. Okay, the second category is internal data sources which are part of your internal organization only, like OLTP is the best example of this. The internal data sources refers to the organizational repositories and operational systems, that is OLTP, that generate transactions and application data. So flat files, relational databases, spreadsheets, mail servers, web servers, directory services, all these things of your internal organization from our own organization. Text files are comma separated values, enterprise applications and data sources falls under this. Okay. And different types of data in the data warehouses, we will go with the structured and we will go with the unstructured data. The data stored in the data warehouse is classified based upon its structural format. There are majorly two types. What are they here? Structured data and unstructured data. Structured data is the data that is organized in the form of rows and columns such as tables. Okay, the structured data is organized in the form of rows and columns, that is tables, which has a fixed schema, which has a defined schema, right? It is typically stored into your relational databases. As I said, it has a fixed schema. The schema defines the formats, field names, data types, integrations. Done here, all those things are fixed. It can be easily stored and managed in the database because it is in the form of rows and columns, and your SQL supports the best query management system. Okay, so with the help of the SQL, you will be able to analyze the data, you will be able to retrieve the data. Right, this is most commonly used query language, that is structured query language, SQL. Examples of structured data include the customer records, employee records, transactions of your sales, revenue, done here, production, all those things falls under this. Whichever is stored in the form of CSV, Excel, databases, SQL falls under this. And what are the major sources of extracting this data is machine sources. Right, this usually machine sources generate structured data from the servers and the database systems. You know, database system stores the data in the form of traditional rows and columns. File sources. File sources stored structured data in the files. They support data extraction and transformation process, ETL. The second one is unstructured data. Unlike from the structured data is not stored in the form of rows and columns. It can be the image, it can be a simple graphic, a simple chart in your data can be considered as your unstructured data. Unstructured data refers to the data does not follow a predefined data model or a organized format. It will not have any fixed schema. Unlike from the structured data, it cannot be easily stored and managed into your database. The format of unstructured data is often irregular and inconsistent as well. And what are the examples of this? Audio, video, images, text, emails are the examples of the unstructured data, or any social media post or the documentation of it can be considered as your unstructured data. Traditionally, database systems cannot efficiently organize this. That's why we got a NoSQL like dbeaver, MongoDB, MariaDB, which are capable of storing this unstructured data, and then you will be able to process it. Okay, dear. We'll have a very quick revision about the unstructured data and the structured data. Done. In the unstructured, first we'll go with this, then we'll go with the analysis. Technologies such as artificial intelligence, machine learning, and natural language processing are often used to analyze the unstructured data only. Unstructured data makes about a large portion of the data generation today. Examples include the photographs, video, PDF files, web pages, chat messages, and social media content. The data which is generated traditionally in the form of rows and columns, Excel sheets, CSV files falls under structured. Okay, so this is structured data which is stored in the form of rows and columns in your normal databases. These are the unstructured data which came from the external resources. Okay, so we will have the structured versus unstructured data differences. Definition: data which is organized in the fixed format with a specific schema is called as structured data. Data which does not have any fixed schemas, rules, and regulations is called as unstructured data. It does not follow any predefined format. Format: data is stored usually in the form of rows and columns. Structured: unstructured stores the data in the form of text, images, PDF, audio, video, images. Structure: structured format has a predefined schema, rows and columns. Field data types are fixed, no predefined schema for it. Examples: employee records, customer details, transactions, and inventory data. Examples of unstructured are emails, social media posts, images, videos, etc. Storage: usually we store our structured data in the form of rows and columns, that is traditional relational databases. As I said, we have no SQL databases like dbeaver, MongoDB, MariaDB. Cloud systems we will be using for unstructured data. Ease of processing: by using the SQL queries, we'll be able to extract the data. DDL, DML commands are used for it. It is difficult to process and analyze as well. We need to have advanced tools and techniques like web mining, text mining, face mining, all the image mining, all those things we need to use. Data validation: it can be easily validated because we have a fixed rules and normalization can be applied on it. We have constraints as well. Hard to validate due to lack of structured and rules. Use cases: business reporting analytics and BI dashboards, financial data are basic examples or use cases of it. Big data analytics, machine learning, artificial intelligence, natural language processing, IoT are the examples of the unstructured data. Okay, dear. Let us jump into our unit number 3. In the unit number 3, we will start with the differences between BPM and BI. What is business processing management and what is business intelligence? Explain the key differences between the BPM and BI. And also emphasize their unique roles in business operations. And here, this question is asked in the last semester examinations, June and July. So coming to the introduction, the business process management and business intelligence are important tools, okay, for decision making. BI focuses on analyzing the data, whereas BPM focuses on monitoring, measuring, done here, and as well as improving your organizational performance. To make it more simple, BPM says how to organize your data, BI says how data is being organized previously. Okay, BI works on the historical data and it predicts. BPM gives you the measures, it gives you the monitoring, and it also improves the performance. So how to manage the data, how to maintain the data is your BPM. How to do your business is your BPM. Coming to the meaning, what is BPM? BPM measures, monitors, and manages business performance. It increases the performance. BI analyzes the data to generate useful business insights, which is previously done. Done here, which is previously done, we will analyze and we will generate the insights. What happened is BI. What happened is BI. What is going to happen is your BPM. Done here, by which you will be able to increase your performance. What you are doing in future is this. Scope. BPM has a very wider scope, whereas BI has a very narrower scope because we go and focus on the data which is already available. BPM goes with the performance management, it improves it. So the scope is wide. Focus. BPM focuses on strategic goals of your organization and it will try to achieve them. BI focuses on converting the data into information. There is already data, you convert into information and you give me the insights. That is business intelligence. But achieving your goals, strategic planning is your BPM. Okay. After focus, we have nature. It is strategic and management oriented. Just now, as I said, we will try to achieve our goals with the strategic planning. That is your nature. Here, it is only analysis and technology oriented. We will predict the future. Process. It involves planning, budgeting, monitoring, analysis, and corrective actions. If your performance is declining, what is the reason for it? You find it and you eliminate it and you will take corrective actions for it. It involves data collection, analysis, and reporting. That's it. We will be not able to correct anything. Again, no, we will generate insights. According to these insights only, we will take the corrective actions. So both of them go hand in hand. Done here. Here we will generate the reports and insights. Based upon these insights only, I'll take the corrective actions. Okay. Tools. Balanced scoreboards, KPIs, budgeting, forecasting, and dashboards. Warehouse, OLAP, ad hoc queries, dashboards, and reports will give you the insights. Okay. Decision level. It supports strategic and tactical decisions. The mainly supports tactical and operational decisions. Okay, not strategical decisions and implementation, operational decisions. It supports the strategic decisions. Outcome. BPM improves the performance and aligns the business goals. BI provides the insights for the decision making. This will improve the performance and aligns your organization operations to your business goals. Whereas this one will provide you the insights. That's it. Okay. So unique role in business operations is BI collects, process, and analyze the data. It generates meaningful insights and reports from your already existing data. It supports operational efficiency and it will give you the better decision making support. Okay. Process, analyze the data, meaningful insights so that it is supporting your decision making. Whereas your BPM will increase the performance by the strategies into measurable objectives. So the strategies what you implemented, whether they are achieving, whether they are successful or not, you will be able to measure with the objectives. Right here, you'll be able to give a scale for it, you'll be able to give the marks for it, and your performance actually what you are doing is matching with your objectives, yes or no, measurable objectives. That can be done with the help of BPM. It monitors the performance using the key process indicators, KPI, and the scoreboards. Just now, as I said, we will have the score and the actual performance, what you are doing, whether it is matching to your strategic goal, whether it is matching to your predefined score, yes or no, the benchmark score, yes or no. You will find out, and accordingly, your performance will be rated. Right here, you can increase it or you can maintain it with the help of this BPM. It ensures alignment between the operations and organizational goals. The performance and your goal, whether both of them are matching or not, can be achieved with the help of BPM. The quick trick is BI tells what happened, BPM decides what to do. Right? I said no, BI will take the historical data and will say you what happened. BPM will give you the information what to do, how to increase your performance. That is your BPM. You can simply revise. BI is for analysis, BPM is for managing the performance, for improving the performance. Okay, dear. So we are done with the first question of unit number 3. The second question of unit number 3, which is appeared for last 2 times, evaluate the effectiveness of different BPM methodologies like Six Sigma, Lean and Agile. Right? You should be able to evaluate the effectiveness of different BPM methodologies like Six Sigma, Lean and Agile. Or you can get the question like this. Explain the BPM methodologies which is asked in 2022. The most commonly used BPM methodologies are these three: Six Sigma, Lean and Agile. So out of this, we will start with the Six Sigma. Six Sigma is a data-driven decision-making methodology. Six Sigma is a data-driven quality improvement methodology aimed at reducing the defects and minimizing the process variation. So the performance what you are doing and the objectives what you defined, the goals what you defined, right, Nana, should be going very close to each other. Your performance is taking your organization objectives to the goals what you planned. That can be achieved with the help of Six Sigma. It is a data driven quality improvement methodology, so it will reduce the defects and it will minimize the process variation. Your process is always trying to achieve your goals. It uses a very unique technique called as DMAIC, that is define, measure, analyze, improve, control. Define, measure, analyze, improve, control. Done by which you will be able to get defect-free performance. You have to define your goals. You have to measure them with the help of measurable goals, what we have seen in the last question. Done here. Analyze it, improve the quality, and as well as control it. Done here. So that you are going to enjoy the defect-free performance. Effectiveness of Six Sigma can be given in these points. It reduces the defects and errors, by which you will be able to achieve the consistency and quality. Obviously, when there are no errors in your data, you have a better quality of the data, better consistency. We will be able to make better decisions and it will satisfy the customers. It will reduce the operational cost. You need not to go into the cyclic process. You need not to repeat anything. It supports the data-driven decision making, right? So what is Six Sigma doing? It reduces the defects and errors, by which the consistency and quality is increased, which leads to the customer satisfaction, and you need not to repeat the cyclic process. So operational cost is reduced and you'll be able to make better decisions. Okay. The second methodology is Lean methodology. Lean is a process of improvement methodology that focuses on eliminating the waste and improving the workflow efficiency. If you find any variable, you find any data element which is not contributing the strategic planning of your organization or which is not contributing to the decision making of your organization, you consider it as waste and you eliminate it. That is your Lean. Lean eliminates the waste and it improves the workflow efficiency. Done here, it emphasizes removing the non-value added activities done here to maximize customer value and optimize user resource utilization. Any activity which is not creating any impact for your better decision making or for your growth of the organization, consider it as a waste and remove it. Okay. How does it work? Effectiveness of Lean in improving business performance. The effectiveness of Lean is evident in the elimination of non-value added activities. Any activities which are not contributing for the growth of your organization, eliminate. It improves production flow and operational efficiency. It reduces the cycle time and increases the speed of the delivery. It lowers the operational cost to waste reduction, because something is not contributing, some activity which you are doing very regularly is not contributing for the business growth. Identify it and eliminate it. That is what it does. Okay, by which your production increases and it also promotes a continuous improvement in your organization. This is Lean. And the third one is Agile. Agile is a flexible and iterative methodology. At any time of your process, user can interact with it and user can improve the production. User can improve this process, right? That is your agile. Agile is a flexible, iterative methodology that focuses on adaptability, collaboration, and rapid response to a change. Unlike your waterfall model, done here, unlike your lean and Six Sigma, at any point you can collaborate, you can adapt it, and you can rebuild the model. Done, you can change it. Rapid response to change is available in the agile. So it uses continuous feedback and short development cycles. Unlike the other things going from the first to line last, it goes with a very short term cyclic process. And one more advantage is simultaneous simultaneous implementation of the different layers, different stages in the SPM can be done with the help of this. Okay, with the agile we will be able to simultaneously jump into different layers and stages and we can start our production, whereas in the other things, until and unless you complete the first stage, you can't go to second, because second stage will take the inputs from the first. The first will be the basic building blocks of second, then you go to three, then you go to fourth stage, like this. Whereas here we can start all the stages and we can collaborate with each other and we can perform. Then here it comes with the short development cycles. The effectiveness of agile in improving the businesses: agile adapts quickly to the market changes. It improves the responsiveness through the shortened iterative cycles. It enhances innovation through collaboration and teamwork. It increases customer satisfaction to continuous feedback. Agile supports faster product development and delivery. Okay, we will have a very quick revision of it. The main focus of Six Sigma is reducing the defect, whereas this one eliminating the waste. Whereas Agile adapt to the change and deliver very quickly, adapt to the change and give the product very quickly. Primary goal: achieve zero defects in your performance. Maximize value by removing the non-valued activities. Agile deliver value through flexibility and continuous improvement by taking the continuous feedbacks from the user. Process: it uses a process called as define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Whereas lean continuous flows with the waste identification and elimination of it. Iterative cycles with continuous feedback and adoption is your agile. Iterative cycles for continuous feedback and adoption. Key benefits of this is high quality, fewer defects, and lower cost. Key benefits of lean is lower cost, faster flow, higher productivity. The key benefits of agile is faster delivery, innovation, and as well as customer satisfaction and adapt to the change of the market. Best suited for process which is focusing on the improvement with high quality needs. It is best suitable for operations and manufacturing optimization. It is best suitable for dynamic environments where we need to easily adapt to the changes in the market. Outcome: consistent quality and customer satisfaction, efficient process and cost saving, adaptability, and competitive advantage. Okay, dear. This ends this question. We'll go with the next question of our unit number 3. The steps involved in business performance measurement, BPM. Okay, this question is asked in the 2023 of August. Explain the steps involved in business performance measurement. BPM, business performance measurement, is a systematic process used to evaluate and improve organizational performance. Okay, the BPM primary focus is evaluate and improve the organizational performance. It compares the actual performance with the strategic objectives and helps in taking corrective actions. So what you planned, what you achieved will be mapped. We will compare it and we will take the corrective actions. Okay, if you plan to do the production stage for 1 month, that is your strategic goal, that is your basic objective of the organization, and if you achieve in 35 days or 40 days, where the defect is, how did this mismatch, you can analyze and you can improve your performance by this. Okay, so steps involved in business performance measurement is here in the BPM, right? What we do is first we define what to measure. Your performance should be mapped with your measurement, no? So what to measure, that is your first thing, right? It can be the first step in the business process measurement is to clearly define what aspects can be measured, what aspects of your organization need to be measured. This phase will identify the key performance indicators, key performance outcomes, KPIs, what I said, and designing appropriate performance measures aligned with the strategic objectives. Okay, so what are the activities which you can measure? What are the operational activities which are happening in an organization can be measured with the actual performance we need to design here. Second one is collect performance data. Now you have the objectives, you have the measured KPIs, key performance indicators, which need to be measured. Now steps: gather the relevant data from various sources. It ensures accurate and reliable information for analysis. So you have to gather the data for that key process indicators which are identified in the step number 1. Step number 3, store the collected data. The data which is collected from the various resources in the step number 2, we have to store properly in the databases or in the data warehouses. Fourth one, after storing the data, done here, you have to ensure the proper storage techniques and retrieval techniques used. Because for the future analysis, you should be able to retrieve the data from the storage, no? So you should have a proper storage and retrieval techniques. Okay, dear. Fourth one, convert raw data into information. Always remember the raw data is unstructured, which is not giving you any meaning. So we have to transform, we have to perform the data processing by which you will be able to transform this raw data into useful information. You have to generate useful insights by which the knowledge of the person will be increased. Fifth one is communicate performance information. This step presents the information to the managers or to the higher ups in the organization by reports, dashboards, charts, and graphs, so that it helps the managers to understand the performance clearly. Okay. Now, sixth step is interpret the results. Now you have the actual data which is generated in the point number 5, and you have the measure key indicators in the step number 1, which we have identified earlier. Done here, the key process indicators. So now you have to interpret the results such that whether your actual performance is mapping with your predefined targets and benchmarks, yes or no. You have to identify them. Okay, this is your sixth one, that is the interpret the results. In the step number 1, you have predefined targets and benchmarks, and in the step number 5, you have the actual performance of your organization. Whether both of them are matching or not, you need to interpret them in the step number 6. Okay, this steps helps to identify the deviations and performance gap, and if you find any serious deviations and performance gap in the last step, you need to make the corrective decisions, you need to make the corrective actions. This is your final step, taking the corrective action based upon the interpretation of your results. This steps involves implementing necessary improvements to reduce the performance gaps with your actual predefined measures or benchmarks by implementing the strategic objectives. Okay, dear. Now a quick memory trick. First one, define what to measure. So first you need to know what I am supposed to measure, and you have to identify the key performance areas or indicators here, which is impacting your growth of the organization. Those things you need to measure. That is the first one. Second one is collect the performance data. So you have identified the key process indicators, know what to measure. For that, you have to collect the data from the various resources. Step 2. And ensure that data is accurate and reliable, you can trust on it. Third one, store the collected data into the data warehouse and data bases, where you will be able to easily retrieve the data and where you will be able to apply the analytical techniques also. Fourth one, convert this raw data into information. Again, by applying the appropriate methods and tools, you will be converting this raw data into meaningful information. Fifth one, communicate performance information. Present information to the managers using the reports, dashboards, and charts and graphs, so that the managers will have a clear understanding of your data information. Sixth one, interpret the results, just try to understand or just try to compare your actual targets and benchmarks are meeting your performance or not. If not, identify the gaps in your performance and take the corrective actions. Okay, dear. Then we will go with the last question of our unit number 3, that is describe the architecture of business performance measurement, which is appeared for 2 times. It can also be asked in the other way, explain in detail about BPM architecture. Okay, so business performance measurement or the BPM architecture is the framework that collects, integrates, analyzes, and reports the performance data to support decision making. Collecting, storing, analyzing, and reporting the data for the decision making is your BPM process. It ensures that performance information flows from operational system to decision makers in a systematic manner. This is your actual data where the actual operations of your organization taking place. Information from the operational systems will flow in a systematic manner to the decision makers. This job is taken care by your BPM. Okay. Now coming to the architecture of the BPM, business process measurement, the architecture of BPM consists of 3 major layers, dear. They are as follows. The first one is data source systems layer. In the data source systems layer, we will focus on the forms. That's the foundation of your architecture. It is focusing on the foundation of your architecture. This layer can extract the information from operational systems like CRM or SCM, financial systems, and enterprise databases, any another. Okay, so here we will focusing on the foundation of your data. We will be integrating the data from various resources like ERP systems, CRM, SCM, financial systems, and other enterprise databases. This system generates transactional and operational data required for your performance operation. The actual transactions flowing into your organization is focused here. Next, another point. The data source system layer provides the raw data related to sales, production, finance, revenue, supply, customer interactions. All those things are stored here. Now, this one will be transformed into the information hub in the second step. The raw data what you collected in the first level, we will transform it into a useful information in the middle layer of the architecture. The second layer is data and information hub. This layer includes data warehouses, data mart, and integrated databases. Right? It ensures the consistency, accuracy, and integration of the data from the first resource. The data and information hub supports analytical processing and allows cross-functional performance. The centralized storage system enables manager to retrieve information quickly, efficiently based upon the requirement. Any condition you can apply and you'll be able to extract the information based upon your requirement. That is your information hub. The third one is application layer. This is the topmost layer which is directly interacting with the user. Okay, so in this layer, it includes the performance management tools such as planning, budgeting, forecasting, financial consolidation, reporting, and more importantly, dashboards and scoreboards. So you will be able to map your key performance indicators with the actual performance, and also it's an interactive dashboard, so users can talk to it, users can interact, and users can extract the information as per the requirement. Sorry, right? It goes with the comparison of the actual performance within the strategic targets or the benchmarks which are predefined. Okay, this is your third layer. Okay, by this we complete our unit number 3 and we jump into unit number 4. Then here in the unit number 4, we will be starting with define business analytics and discuss various tools and techniques of business analytics, which is asked in 2021 and it is also asked in the other way in 2025. Elaborate on the tools and techniques of business analytics with suitable examples. So what is business analytics? Business analytics refers to the collection of skills, right? Not only the data, not only storing it, but you should also have the skills for accessing it. Business analytics refers to the collection of skills, tools, and techniques used to gather, store, and analyze business data for better decision making. It is the integration of skills, tools, methodologies for storing and analyzing the data. Okay. So, what does BA do? It allows you to predict the future patterns, forecasting the trends, improving the efficiency, and as well as achieving your business goals. The BA will help you to identify the patterns, forecast the future, improve the efficiency, and achieve business goals. Tools and techniques which are used in the business analytics are as follows. Okay. Information and knowledge tools. In the information and knowledge tools, we have information and knowledge tools. In this, we mainly focus on data analysis and report generation that can extract the knowledge from your existing data. Okay. The first tool is what here? Information and knowledge tool. In the information and knowledge tool, we mainly focus on data analysis, report generation, and we will extract the knowledge. We will evaluate the patterns for the extraction of the knowledge. Right. After this, we also have visualization tools and vendor classification tools. We will go one by one. First one is information and knowledge tools. For this, we go with the OLAP, online analytical processing, which will apply slice, dice, pivot, drill down, roll up techniques for extracting the information. Okay. So OLAP refers to various analytical activities performed by the end users over the internet. It allows users to generate queries, obtain answers, request ad hoc requests and get the responses immediately, create the visualization tools, right? Create the visualization to the user by implementing the graphs, charts, and other visualization techniques. Example, analyzing the sales by reason, product, and month at a time. On a single perception, we will be able to get the information related to region, product, and month is the important thing of OLAP because it stores the data in the form of cubes. Second one is routine reports. These are the reports which are automatically generated and distributed periodically, like monthly sales. Right? These are the routine reports which we generate every month for our organization. Third one is ad hoc reports. Ad hoc reports, as we discussed earlier also, it is called as what dear? This will generate customized reports. Ad hoc reports will give you the customized reports based upon the specific user demands. Like find the customer purchasing records whose purchasing is above 50,000. That can be done with the help of customized ad hoc resources. And the fourth one is what dear? Data mining. Data mining is one of the most widely used business analytical tool. It extracts hidden and predictive information from the large databases and helps in identifying the patterns, relationships, and trends useful for key decision making. Data mining is one of the most widely used business analytical tool which extracts the hidden patterns and predicts the future from the large amount of data sets. Okay, dear. Identifying the customers based upon their buying behavior, you can achieve it with the help of data mining. The second tool is visualization tool. This tools OLAP data mining falls under what dear? Knowledge tools. Now this is what ma visualization tool. In the visualization tool, we focus on the presentation, right? Visualization tools are used to present data in the graphical and visual formats for better understanding and interpretation. So how do you do this? We go with the balanced scoreboard. In the balanced scoreboard, we will be displaying the performance measurement with the previously predefined benchmarks. Okay. Tool that provides the balanced view of organizational performance by integrating financial and non-financial indicators. Second one is dashboards. Dashboards display the KPIs in graphical formats such as charts and graphs. They help managers monitor the performance and make timely decisions for the improvement of your performance. Okay. The third one is vendor classification tools. After visualization tools, we go with vendor classification tools. Vendors classify business analytical tools into different categories based upon their functionality, like enterprise reporting tools. These tools generate accurately formatted static reports, sorry. They are used for operational reporting across multiple reports. This will give you the report of the entire enterprise. Example, financial statements of your entire enterprise, and it can be used among various departments. Next one is DAT, delivery and alert tools. To a large group of users, if you would like to send any alert like the inventory on low stock or the monthly sales are declining, we can use this vendor tool. Okay, dear. So these are the three types of tools which we have seen in the BA. Okay. Apart from this, we also go with the statistical tools. One of the member of your vendor tools only, they use mathematical techniques for forecasting and prediction, like sales forecasting using regression. Okay, as we have that, we also have CAT, that is cube analysis tools. These tools provide OLAP capabilities, allowing simple slice and dice, pivot, drill down, and roll up from multiple dimensions of your data. Example, profit analysis by region and product. See, again, all these things we have seen in intelligence. Now we are also learning them in the BA also. Ad hoc query tools, it purely depends upon the user. They will send the request and they'll get the response immediately. Okay, it is a personalized query, customized query. Okay, next, EIS, effective information system. This is used by the managers and executives to analyze organizational reports and generate statistical summaries. Okay, it uses the graphics and user friendly interfaces so that you'll have a better understanding of the entire summary of your data. Example, CEO reviewing the entire revenue and market share. Next one is ESS, execute support system. ESS provides the top management with the advanced analytical support, as well office automation and broader analytical capabilities when compared to EIS. Not only just looking or reviewing the data, but we can also evaluate global expansion opportunities of your organization. Okay, dear. This ends your question, right? And now we will go with one more question. What is the role of web usage in this is the last question of your unit number 4. What is the role of web usage data in improving customer engagement through the business analytics, which is asked last year, dear? Be careful with this question. And again, don't confuse when I say role of web usage data. See, what do you mean by role of web usage data is, web usage data refers to the information collected about how users are interacting with a website, right? Don't confuse with the term web usage data. It is not like customers data from the web. It is like how the customers are using your website. Done, dear. That is your web usage data. Web usage data refers to the information collected about the users, how they interact with your website. Business analytics uses this data to understand customer behavior, improve user experience, and increase the customer engagement. And the best example for this is your Blinkit, Jepto, Instagram. Based upon your interest, how you are using them, based upon your user experience, they will increase the customer engagement. Okay, see, just remember Instagram in your mind and go with this topic. You can link it very easily. Okay, understanding the customer behavior. Web usage data records information such as pages visited by you, time spent on each page, and the navigation sequence. Based upon this, you will get the newsfeed in the Instagram, right? You can link your Instagram to this. Web usage data records information such as pages visited most by you, time spent on each page, and as well as the navigation sequence, from which page to which page you jumped, right? In a particular website, actually, in a particular website where you have spent more, so that I will develop that pages very engaging, so that user will spend more time there, user will interact very effectively there. That is the ideology of it. Okay, the second one is This analysis helps the organizations to understand what customers are interested and how they are interacting with the website. And I'll create more engaging so that you'll spend more time over there. Example, identifying the most viewed product pages. And the second sequence is clickstream analysis. The second sequence is clickstream. First analysis is the pages you visited. The second thing is clickstream analysis studies the sequence of the clicks made by the user during their website. This helps business identify the browsing pattern and forecasting potential customer interest, right? So tracking the pages visited before making a purchase. Then that will be your second thing, click analysis. The third one is personalized marketing strategy. As I said in the earlier, instead of sending the unwanted information to the user and getting the unsubscription or getting the declination rejection from the customer, we will send the customized advertisements and promotional offers based upon the customer preferences. Okay, this increases customer involvement and as well as satisfaction. That is recommending the products based upon the previous search of a customer, previous purchase of a customer. Based upon that, we will recommend only that products. Unnecessarily sending the other products and getting the rejection from the customer, we can do this. Fourth one is measuring advertisement effective, that is ROI, return on investment. By analyzing the weblogs, companies can evaluate the effectiveness of online promotional campaignings, whether we are able to combine the advertisement product and whether we are able to get the same level of interest from the user or purchases from the user. We have to analyze it. It helps in determining whether to continue or to modify the marketing strategies. Okay, that is measuring advertisement effectiveness. Example, monitoring banner advertisement click rates. Whenever you go to a Google, a banner will be displayed. In a website, a banner will be displayed. How many people are actually clicking it? How many people are actually visiting it? That thing you can analyze here. Fifth one, real-time decision making. Integration of business analytics with the web technologies allows the managers to obtain real-time inputs through the e-commerce platforms. This supports quick and appropriate responses to the customer needs. Again, the best example is go to Google and search for any product. Within 5-10 minutes, the same product is displayed in your Instagram, the same product is displayed in your web page. That is your real-time analysis done here. So the managers will obtain the real-time inputs through the e-commerce platforms and it will be pushed into your newsfeed. This supports quick and appropriate responses to customer needs. Updating the offers based upon the trending products. Improving website design and user experience. Again, if the website is so clumsy and the buttons and the page patterns are not effective, user will not visit it. So web usage data helps in identifying the problem areas such as pages with high exit rates. How many people are visiting it and immediately going out without spending much time? That you have to identify and you have to work on that page so that the customer retention can be achieved. Okay, dear. This information can be used to enhance website structure and improve user engagement. So you can redesign your entire web page with the high cart abandonment, and then we'll be able to retain the users and you can able to make the users to spend much time on your web page. Okay, the quick summary here: understand the customer behavior. What happens? You'll get a benefit of identifying the customer interest. Understand the behavior, you'll find out the interest. Second thing is clickstream analysis, so that you will be able to track the browsing patterns from which page to which page people are jumping and what are the items brought together. Such things you can analyze. Personalized marketing, so improves the customer engagement rather than the rejection. Advertisement effectiveness evaluates whether the marketing strategies are successful or I need to change it. Real-time decision making enables the quick responses and we can interact with the user at a dynamic level. Website and user experience improvement, so enhances usability of the user. User will be attracted by the easy usability, no, right? That is this. Now the next question of your unit number 4 is explain various data visualization tools with example, which is asked in June July 2024. What are the data visualization tools? Okay, dear. Data visualization represents what? It helps The business intelligence, it helps the business analytics to present the data in a graphical and visualization formats. Data visualization tools present the data in graphical and visualization formats so that it is very easier to the managers, users to understand the patterns, trends, behaviors, relationships in the data for better decision making. Obviously, visualization spreadsheets are the basic things which we do, that is your Excel spreadsheets dear. This will provide the formulas, charts, reports, and as well as statistical functions. So the first visualization tool is this. With the help of the pivot, with the help of the VB script, you will be able to develop the dashboards, buttons, and filters by which user will be able to analyze the data very easily. That is spreadsheets. Example, Microsoft Excel using VB script or using the pivot tables and the sales chart. Second one is your dashboards. Dashboards comes with the key performance indicators using the charts and graphs. You'll have again buttons, you'll have again the filtering options. This will support the performance monitoring. Example, sales dashboard showing revenue, targets, and regional performance. Revenue generated, what is the target, and what is the performance, whether you achieved your target or not. Second one is dashboard. Third one is scoreboards. These are the BPM tool done here. These tools measure performance against the predefined goals. What is the actual performance and what is the predefined benchmark? Whether both of them are matching or not, you will come with a measurable quantity, that is your scoreboard. They combine financial and non-financial indicators. Example, balanced scoreboard tracking the customer satisfaction and as well as the profit and efficiency. This is financial, this is non-financial. Okay, you can club both of them and you'll be able to display them in a single scoreboard. Fourth one, OLAP, that is three-dimensional visualization tool. These platforms enable multi-dimensional data representation within a single interactive environment, supporting better comprehension of complex structures. Okay, so we are going to have a multi-dimensional data representation in a single interactive screen. Example, Forest 3 6.0 for 3D visualization is one of the important tool which you can implement and which you can get the 3D visualization here. Web-based visualization tools. This provide interactive data analysis through the web pages. These are real-time accessible business information. This provide real-time accessible business information. Example is Advisor. Financial data visualization tools. These tools visualize financial indicators such as risk, return, and liquidity. They support strategic financial analysis. Example, executive dashboard showing the assets and financial performance of the organization. They give you the actual image, actual data about your financial risk, return, and as well as liquidity. Okay, dear. This ends here unit number 4. Now we will jump into unit number 5. In the unit number 5, we will explore the critical success factors of business intelligence implementation and their impact on the organization performance, which is asked in June-July 2025. What is the critical success factors for BI implementation and their impact on the organization performance? Whether I can implement business intelligence for my organization or not. If I implement, what are the critical factors for it? That is your question. Okay, so critical success factors of business implementation will focus on business driven methodology and effective project management. Business driven methodology and effective project management. BI should be aligned with the overall business strategy and objectives. The entire business intelligence should be aligned, should run hand by hand with the overall business strategy and as well as objectives. BI should support business goals, not just the technology. Don't ever consider the business analytics or business intelligence as a technological tool or technological assistant. No, never consider it as something like that. It should support the business goals. It will go line by line with the business strategies and as well as the objectives. It is just not for a technology need. Proper project management ensures timely completion, cost control and risk reduction. So you should have a better strategic planning, right, by which you'll be able to achieve timely completion of your project, cost control, and as well as risk reduction. Second one is clear mission, vision, and as well as strategic planning. You should have a mission for your organization, vision, and as well as strategic planning. A well-defined vision provides the direction and purpose for BI implementation. Okay. Strategic planning helps in identifying the key performance indicators or the areas, required resources, and as well as what are the expected benefits out of it. Okay. So you should have the identification of your inputs, identification of your outputs, what you have and what you are going to achieve. All those things you need to identify here. Clear planning avoids the confusion and always ensures the smooth system adoption. Okay. Next, strong management support and sponsorship. See, implementing the business intelligence is not a simplest thing where lot of hardware, software, and trained professionals are included, and it is most cost-effective thing, right? Where much money is involved. So we need to have this leadership support for ensuring the sufficient funding, proper guidance, and as well as employee motivation, because we need to have a trained professionals for implementing this. And when you want to achieve all these things, you need to have a strong support and sponsorship from the management. It also increases the acceptance and confidence of the employee for the successful usage and implementation of BI. We need to have strong funding. Next, how does this BI impact on the organizational performance? Right, it will enhance the decision making quality. See, when you are able to predict the future, analyze the data, and everything is at your fingertips, automatically the decision making quality is improved. Done here, it improves the accurate and timely information. It provides the accurate and timely information. It helps managers to make better decisions which are effective. Second one, increased operational efficiency. Automation and real-time reporting reduce the manual effort and as well as operational delays, because everything is AI integrated and it is automated. So the manual effort and operational delays are completely nullified. Improved efficiency enhances productivity across the departments. Okay. Third one, better customer satisfaction. And when you are able to understand the behavior of the customer, you will be able to satisfy the customer. Obviously, customer retention is increased. That is your best customer satisfaction. BI helps organizations understand the customer behaviors, preferences, patterns, interest. This reduces, this understanding supports the improved service delivery and stronger customer relationships. So instead of unnecessary rejections from the customer, you'll enjoy the customer retention. Done here. Fourth one, cost control and resource optimization. Proper analysis of business data. Proper analysis of business data helps in identifying the wasteful activities or unneeded activities, as we discussed in the lean, and we will control the expenses. Okay. So efficient resources allocation increase the profitability. Quick summary for it. Critical success factors of BI implementation, impact of BI on organization performance. So when business driven approach and good project management gives you the better decision making. Clear vision and strategic planning will increase the operational efficiency. Strong management support will give the better customer satisfaction and cost control resource optimization. And the employee comes with the better satisfaction and confidence in the implementation of BI. Okay, dear. So if you want to remember this, you use BVS, and for that you use DECR, DECR. This is the critical success factors, and this is the impact of BI on performance of your organization. Okay, dear. What are the various managerial issues and that influencing the business intelligence implementation in companies? And this is asked for 3 times. This is going to be the damn sure question, right? What are the various managerial issues influencing the implementation of business intelligence in companies? Why many of the companies are still failing to implement business intelligence? It is asked for one more time in the another way, discuss the issues related to the implementation of business intelligence in the organization. Explain about the managerial issues related to the BI implementation, right? First one is system development and need for integration. BI is not a simplest thing. It has to be integrated from the legacy of the data in the entire departments of your organization. So that is going to be one of the toughest thing. BI systems must work with the integrated applications such as like ERP and CRM, right? Which is the most toughest thing. Done here. Second one, cost benefit issues and justification. Manager should be able to give the justification for the management for the sponsorship and funding such that BI is going to give us best results and the return on investment is going to be damn high. That justification managers need to be given. Okay, BI requires investment in the software, hardware, trained professionals, and as well as maintenance. So managers should compare the cost with expected benefits before implementation, and managers should focus on the long-term results rather than the short-term results. And the second and third and the most important thing is legal issues and privacy concerns, because in the business intelligence we are going to store the customer information, and that information is more secured and it is not used for the unethical purposes, that is legal issues and privacy concerns. Okay, so here systems collect and analyzes the large volumes of customer data. Managers must protect the privacy and follow the legal regulations of the customer data. That is the third one. Failure to protect personal information can damage the entire organizational reputation. So the user information is not used for the unethical purposes. Fourth one, BI and business performance management, which run together. So BI says what happened, BPM says what to do. Managers must ensure that BI systems are integrated with the business performance management dashboards. So that what happens, this BI will say what happened, and based upon that experience and results, you can plan what to do. That is your BPM. So it is always asked to integrate the BI with the BPM. Done here. Proper coordination enhances the monitoring of performance indicator, and it improves the strategic control. Okay. Fifth one is cost justification of intangible benefits. Some BI benefits, such as the better reputation or the competitive advantage, are very much difficult to measure. Right? Obviously, we might have seen this. The organizations which are focusing much on, especially the educational institutions, focusing much on marketing, as like they are getting the better admissions. The colleges, the products which are not focusing on the marketing strategies or advertisements, maybe they are not getting that level of impact, that level of returns. Then also it is a tough thing for anyone to explain this intangible benefits of maintaining the business intelligence. Sixth, so managers should consider the long-term values instead of the not just the financial returns. They have to consider the long-term values. The establishment of your organization in the market should be the long-term goal for us. Sixth one, documentation and security support system. See, managers must ensure proper documentation of these tools so that work continues even this professional trainer leaves the organization, this employee leaves the organization, still the BI should implement smoothly, so that the proper documentation is required. And as well, the adequate security measures are required to protect the data integrity and system reliability. Seventh one, ethical issues in BI usage. Managers must ensure responsible use of analytical and maintain transparency in decision making process. Errors in data analysis may affect the employees and as well as the stakeholders and the entire reputation of your organization. So managers should ensure the responsibility for the ethical usage of the business intelligence and should be very transparent in the decision making. If anything goes wrong, it disappoints the entire reputation of the organization, employees, and as well as the stakeholders. Last one, BI project failures. Many BI projects fail due to the managerial shortcomings. So again the not managers are not giving the better contribution Better support may be the one of the reason for the failures, right? Lack of recognition of BI as an enterprise. Managers are failing to lack of recognition as a BI as a enterprise-wide initiative. Insufficient business sponsorship, lack of trained employees, high dependent on external vendors, poor coordination among the departments can also lead for the failure in implementation of the BI. Okay, so a very quick summary: managerial issues influencing BI implementation include system development integration, cost benefit analysis, BI and business performance management not going together, legal and privacy concerns, justifying intangible benefits, documentation and security, ethical issues, and these are the shortcomings of the managers by which we are not able to implement the business intelligence extensively in organizations. Okay, dear. Next, we have the RFID, the last question of your unit number 5 and as well as this session. What is RFID? RFID, role of RFID in the business intelligence. And here now most of the colleges, they are going with the RFID ID cards. So student can go and student can give the attendance, can take the book from the library, done here, can go and pay the fees. Everything is done with the RFID nowadays. Okay, so RFID stands for radio frequency identification, which is an identification technology that uses radio waves to identify, track people, objects, or places. Okay, RFID stands for what? Radio frequency identification, which uses the radio waves for identifying the and tracking the people, objects, or places. Components of RFID, we have three important components of RFID: tag, reader, antenna. This contains a microchip that stores information. Reader, this receives the information from the tag from here. Antenna, this sends and receives the radio signals in between the tag and reader. Okay. We have two types of RFID tags here. There are active RFID tags and passive tags. So in the active tags, what happens is an internal battery is installed and this can transmit the signals over a long distance. They are more expensive. Whereas passive, we don't have any kind of battery. They are purely dependent on the reader for power. These are less expensive. The microchip, which consists of battery and can transmit the signals over a long distance, is active. Whereas this one will dependent on the power of the reader. If reader is close to me and if reader is able to get the signal, I'll send the signal. If the reader is not close to me, if antenna is not close to me, my tag is not able to send the signal, that is passive. Okay. They are less expensive and most commonly used. For this, we will keep the barcode kind of thing and we will read the tag. Done here, we will have that reader, no? With the reader, we will read that RFID. So it is very close to each other, then they are able to read. Whereas for the long distance also, if you want to send, you have to go with the active RFIDs. RFID tags can support read-only or read and write permissions. Okay, RFIDs can go with only read-only or read and write operations. These tags are widely used in the supply chain management, retail, healthcare, and logistics. Role of RFID in business intelligence. It is used for real-time data collection, like the availability of your inventory, products, assets. Without any manual intervention, you will be able to capture data about that. And here, that is your real-time data collection. Okay. Second one, improved supply chain management. RFIDs are capable of tracking the goods from the level of production to the delivery. RFID tracks the goods from the production to the delivery. BI tools analyzes this data to monitor stock levels, shipment status, and as well as distribution efficiency. Okay. Third one is better inventory control. BI systems analyzes this data to avoid overstocking or to stock shortages. In both the ways, this is able to analyze. You will have a better view about overstocking or about the stock storages. Efficient inventory management increases the profitability and the customer satisfaction, obviously. Fourth one is customer behavior analysis. We will have a continuous interaction with the customer and we will be able to track the movement and as well as the product interaction in the stores. When the integrated with BI tools, this data helps in organizations understanding the behavior of the customer, interest of the customer. Okay. Can I have 2 minutes, please? Right. Sorry, dear students, for the technical glitch. So I'll just go back for last 2 points and we will close this. Third one, better inventory control. BI systems analyzes the data to avoid overstocking and stock shortages, so that we will be not going with the overstock, and as well as we are not going to drain out with the less shortages, by which you will be able to increase the profitability and as well as the customer satisfaction. After this, the fourth one is customer behavior analysis. RFID can track the customer movement and the product interaction in the stores. So when the integrated with the BI tools, when this concept is integrated with the BI tools, what happens is this data helps us organizations understand the customer behavior, customer interest, so that we will be sending the customized marketing strategies about to one customer. Okay. After this, the fifth one is reduction of operational cost. Automated tracking always reduces the manual labor and human errors. Okay. And it helps in identifying the efficiencies to optimize resources allocations or leading cost reduction. Okay. When we reduce the human error, human intervention, automatically what happens, dear, you are going to go for the cost reduction. Sixth point is enhanced decision making. See, obviously, when we have all these above points, we'll have a better decision making. Apart from this, we'll have a very pinpoint approach. It provides accurate and reliable data, first thing, which improves the quality of the business analysis. Managers can make faster and more informed decisions based upon the real time information. No human errors as well. Last and seventh one is risk management and fraud prevention. It helps in monitoring assets and preventing the theft. Done here. So by this, we will be completing our, sorry, we have one simple thing. It helps in detecting the unusual patterns or irregularities, improving the security and risk control. Right? We'll be able to understand the unusual patterns or irregularities by which your fraudulent can be reduced. Eighth one is performance monitoring. Organizers can use this RFID tags, RFID data to measure operational performance indicators such as your delivery time, stock turnover rate, and as well as the asset utilization. And we will have a complete dashboard which will present this information for clearly for the manager reviews, and we will be able to make the better decisions. Okay. So this ends our session, dear. We have done with our all 5 units. For the accessibility of this PPT as well as the PDF notes, please subscribe, download the application of SIA LMR. All the very best for your examinations. Take care. God bless you. Thank you, everyone.